Hi everybody, Jerry here from Hobby Wholesale. Thanks for joining us again. Today we're going to introduce you to a section of our store where we deal with airbrush and airbrush accessories. So for those of you that have been producing models or working on art projects, but doing everything by hand, airbrushes can give you a little bit of a more efficient way to paint and do touch-ups, weathering and such on your projects. Also allows you a little bit more of an effective way to perform different techniques for some of the things that you're trying to do. So here you can see some of the objects that we offer here. So we do have a number of starter kits for various airbrushes. We have a few accessories here, hoses and such. We also carry some compressor kits, and we even have things like spray booths that have little filters on them that you can use in your process to kind of reduce the amount of overspray and potentially fumes if you're working in a small enclosed space. We also have things like thinners and airbrush cleaners here also, as well as other various accessories. Today though, what we're going to show you as just kind of a quick example of what we offer. We're going to talk to you a little bit about this Pache Mini Air Compressor and the Pache VL Series dual action airbrush. So with the compressor, very simple. You can see that they're compact. They're generally made to be relatively quiet compared to the larger compressors that you are accustomed to using in your garage or a workshop. These ones are essentially on demand, though they're continuously running and feeding as you need. So they don't have a reservoir, although there are actually some that have a tank, a reserve tank that you can use. But these guys here, generally when they're running, and it's providing air as you're pushing the button on the brush, demanding whatever it is that you're trying to put through your airbrush. So in this package here, you get this compressor. It comes with a regulator that allows you to adjust your pressure that you're putting through, because it does vary from airbrush to airbrush. There's a dehumidifier chamber and your instruction manual. And that's basically what you need to get going with a compressor. You can also use an existing compressor if you have a large one. The key is that you have a regulator on it that allows you to regulate down to between usually about 20 to 50 PSI. So you don't necessarily even need one of these small ones if you've got one kicking around, but this is handy if you're working in the basement, in a bedroom, or another small location. As far as the airbrushes go, there are several types, several brands. As I mentioned, this one is going to be the Pache VL series. So this one here is one of the starter kits. And as I mentioned, it is a dual action. So in this kit here, you've got your brush, you've got some cups, some tools, you've got a hose. There's also some additional needles and nozzles in there, and some cleaning tools. And you do get your manual also. So you're probably wondering, I mentioned it's a dual action. So I'll give you a quick explanation on that, because depending on your skill level and what you're trying to achieve, the type of airbrush can actually affect the outcome of your project also. So this guy here is a dual action, meaning that this button has two actions. Pressing it down provides the air, pulling it back provides the paint. So once you get good at it, you can actually moderate and modulate the amount of air to paint ratio, depending on what it is you're trying to achieve. How this differs from a single action is the single action simply has one button that you press, and that does both the paint and the air at the same time. So you don't get the control or the ability to kind of mix or vary both the amount of air to paint that you're putting on the product. So we do carry some of the single actions, and of course, depending on the brand and the complexity of the airbrush, the prices will vary. So certainly come in, give us a call if you have questions, talk to one of our people here, and we can sort of talk to you about what your end goal is, what it is you're trying to achieve, and hopefully set you up with something that's appropriate for what you're trying to do. So again, thanks for joining us. If you like what you see, click like or subscribe. And if you have any comments or questions, certainly let us know, and we'll try to bring you more information. Thanks very much.